Okay, everyone, welcome to tonight's seminar, Let's Talk Membership. And I would like for you to please keep yourself muted when you're not speaking. Please name yourself so we know who we're calling on. If you wish to speak, please raise your hand. And when you speak, please remember to speak slowly and clearly. And this meeting is being recorded. So, my name is Anna Koenig, and I'm Rotary Coordinator in Zone 17, serving Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, and Russia. I'm based in Stockholm, Sweden. And over to you, Mingaili.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mingaila Scherer. I'm based in Vilnius, Lithuania. I'm a Rotary Coordinator, Zone 18, serving Lithuania, Poland, Iceland, Norway, Denmark. And I pass it to Sofia.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sofia Gísladóttir, and I'm the Assistant Rotary Coordinator with Mingaila in Zone 18. And I will be keeping an eye on the chat this evening. So don't hesitate to ask questions in the chat and they will be answered. Thank you. I'm in Iceland, Northeast Iceland.
Hello, everybody. This is Venanzia Rizzi. I am also an assistant Rotary coordinator, but for Zone 17, and I work with Anna. And I'm based in Finland, Oulu, and Finland and Estonia are especially my area where I try to support all the DGs and all the districts. Nice to meet all of you. And this evening, I will be facilitating our discussion. And so I hope to hear a lot from each of you. Thank you.
So we decided to have a little bit different format because, as you know, we organize these meetings usually with a speaker, but today we want all of us to be speakers a little bit and share good and bad practices, share success stories, or something that failed actually also. It's very, very welcome. So the concept of meeting tonight is all of us that we live with membership questions that we just bring them on the table. We ask them openly, and some of us participants, as Venanzia just mentioned, will moderate, will answer, because we also can give all the answers, but we know that there is so many great examples in our two zones, and we want to hear them from different regions, different clubs, and different districts. And while we speak tonight, I want you to think about three parts or three pillars. So first of all, we always speak, when we speak about membership, one of the things that we have to consider is how to keep our current members happy in the clubs, in the districts, or in the zone. And in every strategic session when we do, or any workshop that we do, mostly it comes like how to make Rotary fun, or what is fun in Rotary, or how to keep these members motivated to give more, to do more, and to be an active members. So it's perfectly fine to have one section for the questions. How do we engage the current members, or what do we do, share, to make them happy and to make them happy Rotarians and proud Rotarians? The second section that it's very important for us to grow is how to attract new members. Like, how do we invite these people? What kind of strategies do you use, or you try to use? Did it work? It didn't work? Or you planning to do to invite new members to join our clubs? And we know that some clubs, they even don't want, and I think it's very important for the club to decide how much the club wants to grow, and if they really want to grow very fast, or they want to be new members, because we also experience and we see that sometimes club attracts new members, but no one keeps attention on them or mentor them in the clubs, and we leave after 2 years, or mostly 2 years, 2 or 3 years, or after some time. So it's also very important when we think about new members, not only how do we invite them, what kind of message about Rotary do we send for them, or why should Rotary be an active or attractive for them, but also how do we make them feel welcome in our clubs? And it doesn't matter in which age group they are or the club members are. And the third pillar that the most, for me as a coordinator and probably for me as a person, the most interesting or the most touching my heart is starting new clubs. And usually when we hear about starting new clubs, people say, oh, it's so complicated to start a new club. Our club or our district cannot even attract new members, like a certain amount of new members that we have as a goal. So how do we start a new club? And I just would like to share a very short example that sometimes starting a new club, actually it's like adjusting Rotary to your changing lifestyle. And this is what happened for me. Because personally, I started 3 clubs, and I can tell you it's not that hard as it looks or as it sounds. So the first club was 10 years ago, the International Rotary Club, because at that time I wanted to join Rotary after Rotary Academy, but it was no international club. So we didn't join one of the 3 current Rotary clubs, but we just started our own. And it was a great club, which is still alive, calculating for 10 years, and bringing new members to Rotary Society, because Rotary actors turn Rotarians. The second club was when it came to the time to become Rotarian or leave Rotaract. So, and of course, the answer was to become a Rotarian. But at that time, in my city, Vilnius, the capital of Lithuania, we had 12 clubs. However, I didn't feel none of them because I wanted to keep this international feeling. I wanted to keep this international spirit and this flexibility that Rotary can offer. For that reason, during one conference, the speaker of DMZ actually was on the stage at that time, and he asked a question: who are the current Rotarians who dare to leave their own club and start a new club? So we just looked around with other 2 experienced Rotarians who have more than 20 years experience. And we said, okay, let's start something new what our district misses. And it was 5 years ago. So we are 3 co-founders. We started an international Rotary Club, traditional. And we went through this process, and it was not that difficult as it looked in the beginning. And when, for example, life was changing, and yes, and the life was changing. And for me, as a young professional, young person who was constantly traveling on a business trips and constantly away, it was very hard to keep and be an active member. And then I decided that our district misses online club, but it would be easy to access, and you can be part of Rotary. It doesn't matter where are you at the moment. And actually, to start that club was the easiest part for me, because I realized that I'm not the only one who needs this opportunity. So I made like 30-40 calls, and I easily found 20 people to start a new club. And all of them said, thanks God you called and you suggested this idea, because I want to be Rotarian, but currently because of my career or family situation, I cannot attend meetings. And either I stay out of the organization, but by offering something that the district, something new, we join. And this is how we started club. The club exists for 3 years. We already did a global grant. Thank you for our partners in the zone, and doing other projects. So this why I shared this story and example, that sometimes we just need to adjust and encourage people to create these new platforms for new members to join what our current districts or like cities or misses, because we are Rotarians, we have this experience, and we are the ones to share, to give, and to create these opportunities for people who are still not the members of the organization. Sometimes it's not that we have to step out or we need to leave. We just need to encourage and to share our energy and to help for others to make these opportunities for each other. So very shortly, I just wanted to bring you and raise you with few questions from these 3 different pillars, and give you an example that everything is really possible and might not be so complicated as it looks in the beginning. And now I really would like to hear, because what is in your hearts regarding membership? What kind of concerns do you have? And that we all share experiences, as I mentioned before, and try to find answers that all these weak points would become a strength, and we could grow together. So I pass to Venantia to start the discussion, to moderate, and would be very happy if you have some questions and you would raise your hands or give some comments. You can address to us, you can address to any member of this call. And just one last thing to mention, that we as a coordinating team, Zone 17, Zone 18, we are here to help you with any questions you have during the year. 24/7, you can write us an email. Maybe we will not reply you immediately, but we will reply you. You can call us, you can invite us if you need a person, I don't know, for a strategy session or for the conference or for any other event regarding membership, because our hearts really beat everything what's related to membership. And the only one way to grow when we work in a team. So we are here for you to serve and to help you in any ways you need help to grow membership. So I see that, and I would like to see some hands or some questions that that currently you are working on or that you're experiencing and that it makes your concern. So Venantia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mingaile, and really for this very enthusiastic testimony and for your successful stories. So I'm sure that everybody has already felt inspired to do something. So what about the rest of us? What is going on in your district, in your area? Do you have something, a very nice story to tell us, to share with all of us? We are here to hear today more than talk. I can't see any hands up. I know that the first one is always the... Okay, I see Hanne now. Please, Hanne.
Okay, good evening. My name is Hanne, and I am situated in a Rotary Club right outside of Oslo. And I am, for the next Rotary year, I am the leader of the membership committee in District 2260. Yeah, well, kan du ikke lige gå til farfar, fordi it was my grandchild. I would very much like that my committee can help the clubs in the district. And if I compare, I come from a small club with 29 members. We are 50-50 men and women. And my club, the problem is that we have been quite steady in the number of members. Some come and some have left. But we see that the members get old. Everybody gets older. So, and we see that the oldest part of the members do not participate in getting new members. They think now we have done our part. So, and it's at the moment I feel for my club, the hardest thing is to invite. So I'm 62, let's say I invite some in the beginning of the 50s if we should try to get people that are younger than yourself. And then you have people in the room that are maybe 80 plus, you know, they don't hear so good, and not to offend, because we really want them to be there, but it's very difficult to attract young, because they will say, oh, is this what do you call it, only for very old people? And then how do we start the process in what do we call to open this issue in order to get in the new members? I know from before that to get more members, let's say that you invite a group, is the best. but it's also hard to get the names down on the paper for who to invite. And that I see, it's not only my club, but I see that for many clubs that it's hard for doing the next step. How do we, in order to attract people to come to our meetings, we have all the basics. We have a good program and also enthusiastic members, and people help where they can and so on. So we have the fundament is in place in the club, but we don't grow. We have standing,
Yeah, I understand,
still.
Anne,
Yeah.
your concern. It's I can tell that it's a very general problem lately in our, especially in Scandinavia and in Europe in general. But I see that Gujon, sorry for my pronunciation, you can tell better what's your name. I think you want to answer to this, do you?
Well, no, I was just going to have some saying if when you're ready for that, I could have some input maybe. If you want to,
yeah,
I can wait. I can wait.
What I'm interested in is, if I have my committee next year has to help the clubs in my district, then I would like to go out with a presentation where it's easy to get started in a way, so you don't put your goals too high. You have to start somewhere, and so how can I say it, that the challenges that the club don't see the challenge as, oh no, this is not possible. I don't know how to explain it more clear, but to get some easy tools, because start a new club, but we want our club to grow. We don't want a new club. We want our club to grow because we think we have a lot to offer.
That's nice to hear that you want your club to grow. So that is very positive. So if Gujon doesn't want now to answer to this straight, if there is someone else who wants to give some suggestion, from my side, I can tell that you said that you don't want a new club, but what about the satellite club option, which is anyway your club growing? The members of the satellite clubs are the members of your club, but they still can be a bit in autonomy in their way of doing, so that if the age gap is a little bit too wide nowadays, so maybe that could be a way to get these younger ones there with the support of the rest of the club, of those active ones. What do you think about that? Have you been thinking about the satellite club possibility?
Yeah, so we have discussed this. It has been discussed, but I don't know if then you need some in the club that needs to go in front and just do it in a way. But I'm not sure whether it's so easy to succeed. I don't know if we just see obstacles and don't see the possibilities. It's not that I want to be negative
pessimistic.
Pessimistic. That's not at all. But I also want for the next Rotary year to help those who is reaching out for help, but that you don't make the task too hard. That easy tools.
Yes. Does Mike wants to answer to this? Please.
I have some experience where we have some meeting together with the Rotaract Club. So they will come and visit us for a meeting, and we will come and visit them for a meeting. Then both of the clubs are taking photos and making posts on social media, and that could be Facebook and LinkedIn. And we have had some quite a few response about that, and some guests, and hopefully they will be members. But that's also a way to connect with the RotaAct to do some charity work together. Because when I get some people who wants to join or know anything about Rotary from the webpage, they ask about the charity projects. So that's where my focus are, because people would like to join and would like to help. So if you make some post on social media, then people, they will see you in your nearby community and in your network. That's one thing you can do. But also in the club, you should have a meeting about what kind of members you are looking for, because if you could narrow it down to what do they work with? Is it a man, a woman? What are the age group? Then it's easier for everybody to look for that profile in your nearby network or community. Because if you just said, I want to have some more members, then it's very difficult to narrow it down for what are you looking for, because you're looking very wide instead of making a profile for a person. It could be a therapist, a man, if you're looking for a man or a female, and then everybody would look for that. For example, now we are having a champagne walk in September, and we are looking for a wine collector, so we could get some discount for the wine or the champagne we are gonna use on that event. But then I will post on the social media that we are looking for a person who is a wine dealer. So that's also one way to get some new members, or looking for another profile that you are missing in the club. It's just a suggestion.
Thank you, Michael. All these good ideas are welcome. And you are from?
Oh, sorry, I'm from Denmark, and I started a passport club here in Denmark. Okay. So we only meet once a month, so it's very important that we are all joining, and we have a very high participation in the club, because if you miss a meeting, then it will be 2 months before we see each other. So people are very prioritizing that they are coming to the Rotary meeting.
Okay, thank you. Gujon,
Yes.
please tell me what is the pronunciation of your name?
Yeah, Gujon.
Gujon.
Yeah.
Okay, please, would you like to add something to this?
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, well, it's of course related to this question that Hanne put forward and comment. Of course, it's related, all related. Anyway, yeah, I'm from Iceland, and you know, I just wanted to have some thing to say about you know, these meetings you are now having. That I'm very you know, I think it's very important that this zone work, and of course you are very enthusiastic, Mingele, hope I pronounce it also correct, and you and Sophia was the one who invited me, or you know, in the beginning. So I've been the chair for Icelandic district for like 3 years now, and I will be stepping down this end of this season, and but I in the middle of this way of my you know, work, my participation in this, you know, this came about participating in this zone work, and I went to a meeting in Oslo about a year ago, and I couldn't participate in the meeting in Lithuania 2 months ago. So unfortunately, but Jon Karl, who is going to be the district president. What do you say? So, what's the English word for a district?
District governor.
Governor, yes. He came, and that was very important, because you know what I think about these meetings is that, and that is the main thing I wanted to say, is that they are very important. And for example, I realized that we could do something similar in our district in Iceland, and we managed to have one like open meeting like this, internet meeting, because Iceland is a rather big island, and even though we are not that many people here, they are distributed all around the island, and so doing meetings like this is very important, because you learn a lot from it. Like, you know, when you start like a membership share, you maybe don't know so much about what to do, how to work. So, you know, by doing this work, and I encourage you and support you very much in this work, you will be helping many people to learn how to work, and we need to be more like a professional. And so these meetings, I think they are very important in the development that needs to take place in order to like help us starting to gain new members again. So I just want to say this, and so I'm very fond of these meetings. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Guðjón. And now, Walter, please.
Yeah, good evening. It's nice to be with you today. I enjoy it a lot. I'm from Austria, from Zone 21. 21 is the eastern part of Europe mainly, covering Ukraine down till Israel. And well, I'm in Rotary now since 1987, so nearly 40 years. And I see all the changes of Rotary in this period, of course. And what I did see is in the early 2000 years that young members are not really good, didn't get any information about Rotary in total. So what I did, I started in 2003, the Rotary Academy for our district 1920. And till today, this academy is working really good. And we invite all the young members to be together and to speak about Rotary, what Rotary is expecting from them, and what they can do for Rotary, and what possibilities are open. And it helped really a lot. So our both districts in Austria did grow very good. My district has now more than 4,000 members. And the neighbor district has more than 5,000 members. So it's really a good development. And I think this is because we inform the young members in a very early stage about Rotary. We involve them in the team, in the club side. That's very important. And we support them from the district in the right way. Today, I'm now for several years involved in the zone level. First 3 years as assistant Rotary coordinator, and now as coordinator for Zone 21. And I see how different our districts are developing themselves. And a very important part, of course, is that we are good connected to Rotary actors and to do common projects. On the project side, we find together, we build friendship, we are working together, and now the young members know what Rotary is for and Rotaract. And it's a very good thing to do this. So, and a second idea is that you should perhaps try to make a membership chair in your club level by a young member, because they are connected to the young members. And we did this in our club. And we got now the last 5 years, more than 13 new members. it's really a good development. Perhaps this could be an idea to try. Perhaps this is a way you get the right development on the membership side.
Thank you, Walter. This is very great testimony. And actually, I would like to hear even more about this academy and how it works. And do you have this meeting online, or they are really physical, like they're in person, or?
Well, I started everything in person, of course. So we did the change to online meetings only starting this Corona. And in these times before, it was always a physical meeting. And we had about 50 young members on each seminar for young members. And we did this seminar for all the services as well. So for community service, all community service members of all our clubs are coming together. They exchange ideas, they bring new ideas in. And so it was, let me say, a very harmonic development of the whole group. And we did this, of course, for the foundation, for youth exchange, for club service, and for all the service, international services. So we had one seminar per month to train and to exchange ideas. And this is our Rotary Academy. I started in 2003 and lead this academy till 2011. So I got experience of 8 years, and I had more than 3,500 participants on these seminars. It was really very nice to be connected to the whole district and to our members.
Thank you. I see that you have raised a lot of attention. So please, Mingaile, you have your hands up.
I have even a question for Walter, because when I offer for my DMZs as a Rotary coordinator to do an open event and to share about Rotary, like for just to do an open event, what do we do, what Rotary is? So as I understood, it's pretty similar concept how it started. But I always get like this concern that cultural stigma not to share, you know, like, or not to be too open because it seems that you are showing off when you speak about it. And I would like to hear your experience in these years, because since you organized for many years, how did it change? Did you have the same stigma before, and how did that stigma disappeared, that these events became so successful? Because in some districts and countries we can do, but in some we are not. So
well, thank you for the question. Well, we started with a little group of 20 members on the first year, and it was developing year by year. In the first 2 or 3 years, we had some, let me say, some clubs who had been afraid. If young members know more than we, it could be a problem. So some clubs had been afraid a little bit. But year by year, they got the experience that it's really a good way to do. And we get much more activities in the clubs. So young members came in the leading position much earlier than before. And so they did motivate other members as well. So in total, I think it's a good way to go.
Great. Anna, please.
I also have a question for Walter about Rotaractors. I was a Rotaractor for 10 years before becoming a Rotarian for more than 20 years ago. And I was also always supported by Rotarians, and that's why I'm still here. But at this point, our zone 17, we don't have a lot of Rotaract clubs. So my question is, do you have a lot of Rotaractors and Rotaract clubs? And how have you managed to increase the number of Rotaractors? We do have one Rotaractor here tonight, and I'm really happy about that, Mia.
Well, Rotaractors had always been invited to our seminars. So they had always been part, beginning from 2003. So it's not only the last years now where Rotary had been elevated in the same position on Rotary International. So I think it's very important to have a close contact and to do common events and to do common projects and to do something international services together. Then they find together. And I think this is the way we have to go to bring them in. I know there are some restrictions in some regions, and it's not everywhere the same way to go, but try it, do it, bring them together. And it's much, much easier if you are good connected than if you need some help or bring in new ideas for projects. The Rotaractors are always open, and if they can help, they do. And in the same manner, Rotarians have to support Rotaractors as well. So it's that's the way to go. We have to do this, and I'm sure that's the right way. Well, from the Zoom level, I know, of course, that Rotaractors did decrease a lot in the last years because some confusions did come up with this new style to be part of Rotary International. Rotaractors had been organized very well all over Europe. I know the meetings, the European meetings, they gathered more than 1,000 members on conferences, and so they had really been very, very active. And now they have changed to a little bit another role. But I think this decrease of membership, we had in Rotaractor the last years, we lost more than 40,000 members. That's quite a lot. But now it's becoming more stable, and I think we are growing again in this new way to work together.
Do you have a lot of Rotaract clubs in Austria?
We have in Austria currently about 40 Rotaract clubs. Well, in total, in the Rotary clubs, my district has about 70. The neighbor district has a bit more than 100, so 170 Rotary clubs and about 40 Rotaract clubs. So if you see this worldwide, 30% of the total membership of Rotarians are Rotaractor. If you see that, we have nearly 10,000 members in Rotaract, and we have now 37,000 members in Rotary. And so this is the average where we should find Rotaractors in all the districts in this quantity.
It's very impressive, very nice numbers. What about age average of your clubs? Has been growing like here in Scandinavia, which has been really exponentially going up, or is it keeping because you get these younger members?
In Austria, it's keeping quite stable because we started in a very early stage to bring young members in. And that's a good development. But we have other districts in my zone, of course, where we have the same problems. So 2 districts, they become older and older, and it's difficult to help them in the right way to do a good development. But well, it depends what to do. Some clubs had been afraid to bring in young members. So they stopped this and they become older and older. In this way, you have to start a second club or do a satellite club or something else to bring a new wave in. Then it's a development you can work with. So I think you can't find a way in general. You have to look district by district. What is the current situation? What are the reasons why growing is very hard to do? And what can we do to force them and to support them in a good way to make a new step, to try new ways how to develop their membership?
Thank you. One more question for you. I don't want this to look like a police questioning, but I'm so curious, and because you have so good experience. And do you have a lot of, for instance, satellite clubs there, or is more just? Do you have a newborn clubs?
Well, we have newborn clubs, but satellite clubs we have only one in the moment, so we are starting that way. To make more, and we have passport clubs, 2 passport clubs. Each district has a passport club for members, but the hugest number, of course, are standard Rotary clubs. So the variety of the different kind and style of clubs, what Rotary is offering now in the moment, it might help in other regions more than in our region. So we are more traditional clubs in the moment. Perhaps it's changing in the next years. Let's see.
Well, it's good if there are newborns and, or how can I say, traditional club. That is the best, but because it requires like 20 members at a time, so it's more challenging, of course. But
and the average of our club is more than 50, so we have quite big clubs. Okay. And this is perhaps different as well. We have other regions where we have very small clubs, less than 20 members, even 10 members. And it's much more harder to organize the whole club life and everything. So this could be a different style as well.
Thank you. And once more that I remember correct, how often you had this academy meeting? Like, was it once a month or what was?
Well, we had normally 6 to 8 seminars per year.
Per year,
but
okay.
Each year we have the new member seminar and club service and international service. So all the services, of course, the avenues of service and foundation. And we did in the organization as well the PETS, the president like training seminars. We supported this. We did the technical background. And so it was part of our Rotarian life the last 20 years.
Okay, great. Do you have also the Rotary Leadership Institute there?
Yes.
Okay.
We organized this by Rotary Academy as well.
Yes. Once again, thank you very much, Walter, for
You're welcome.
Very nice intervention you did to us. But what about the other countries? Now we have heard from Austria, Denmark, Iceland, and Sweden. Or was it Norway? Sorry, I might have mistaken. Do you have some other experience in the rest of the zone? Some positive ideas to share with us, or maybe even some negative experience to share that we don't make same mistakes? That is also good to know, you know. Is there any of you eager to tell? Mingaile, please.
I would like to share 2 experiences from Lithuania, what we have. One of them is that we organize, when we speak about the first pillar, how to make the members happy being Rotarians. So we have this great sport Olympic Games that we organize, and it also started 20 years ago. And in the beginning, it was like 50 people, 100 people. Now we have around 1,000 participants, Rotarians with families. The idea is that the first weekend of September, everyone comes to the seaside, and clubs are competing in different sports, in tennis, in basketball, in darts, and in 50 other sports. And it really creates amazing feeling and emotion when you have 1,000 Rotarians walking in a small town, and so many nice activities where you can meet them, you can discuss different topics, and to feel that you are really in an international organization. And we started to do the same event for winter. It's a little bit smaller. It's just like the second year it happened, but I'm pretty confident that it will grow in the next years. And second activity that also like how to attract new members. Actually, it's similar about these open events. So we started to do it an open event where people come from their clubs, and basically the event happens for 2 hours. They introduce the club, their activities, and then of course there is new people invited who just want to know more about Rotary. So we can hear what Rotary is, that we can understand that there is not only one club in the city, for example, or there is one club, it depends, but at least what club is doing. And actually after this event, almost every club gets some people who are interested in joining them. and getting or coming as a candidates or as a guests for their meetings. In the beginning, it started also very small, but now it's growing, and we have around from 50 to 100 people participating together with people who are not Rotarians and people who are Rotarians. So I'm really big fan of these open events, and that we should be open to share who we are as an organization, who we are as a club, and that we are Rotary members, because by sharing and opening up, even sometimes to strangers, can lead us to the growth. So shortly about 2 more experiences from Lithuania.
Thank you very much. And now it's Sophia, please.
Yes, thank you. Well, I can say that the Rotariada in Lithuania is wonderful. I just participated now in the end of February, beginning of March. Really wonderful. And I'll come back 2025 in the fall. So, and hopefully with a big group. But I just wanted to tell about the establishment of the first satellite club here in Iceland. So I established that club last fall in November, and that was because of, well, of course, the first thing, maybe I moved, so I couldn't stay anymore in my old club. But then also because the next club is an old club and they were struggling with membership and they really asked for help. So this was the best solution for them. That was to create a satellite club, and we are 11 that established, and now we are looking for 11 more to become probably a self-independent club, but also we could still be a satellite club connected to the mother club. But the beautiful thing is that the mother club is very happy about this. They went from 12 to 23 members, and they are a very old, but they have so good projects, and they are very respected in their society. So now they see that their club will not die. Their club will survive and will live, and has new members, younger members, active members. So, and I got this idea, and I was speaking about it to my DMC, Guðjón, if we should maybe send out a letter to all the clubs in Iceland and to encourage them to establish a satellite club, every club, because you don't have to be an old club. You don't have to be struggling with membership to establish a satellite club. I think this is the best way, the fastest way, the easiest way to gain membership. That is to establish a satellite club when you only need 8 people, and you can be focusing on groups like language groups, English speaking, Spanish speaking, whatever language speaking. You can look to groups of young people, professionals, whatever, bikers, hikers, whatever group that you would like to connect to your current club. So yeah, that is just my thought, that it could be a good idea for every club to try to establish a satellite club. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. Actually, I can tell that in Finland, in Tampere, has been established a new satellite club, and it's a sort of a teen club. So it's about Rota kids. It can be also that. I'm sure in the next meeting, which we'll arrange, this zone meeting, we will have some speakers from those clubs. So it will be interesting to interview them and ask what is it about. So I don't want to tell much, but it's just an example that it can be done. But Hanne, please, you have your hand up.
I was just curious to know about the meetings in the satellite club. What type of meetings do they have?
Okay, so
yeah,
of course,
it in private homes, or is it on Teams?
Okay, so what we decided, the group of 11, we decided to meet twice a month. Once a month we meet on Teams, and the other time we meet per month, that is, we are visiting companies in our zone or in our district. So we go around and we visit companies, and that is really something that gave the club a very interesting well, I would say phase, or because people were eager to join the club because of this. They were eager to get to know the labor market better and on all these different companies that we have here in the area. So that is what we are doing currently. So we are not meeting and eating, as we say. That's not, and then we are going out and doing projects, of course. So that's when we meet.
Yeah, and as I told, there are a lot of possibilities to just
Of course,
yeah,
whatever.
meet or whatever. It's just upon the members to decide. Guyon, you have some comment or question?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, this is a very important idea, and we are going to encourage clubs to do this. But I wanted to tell you about a project that is going to be this weekend here in Iceland, and it is an effort that the district is making to combine with environmentally active people that are doing something they call pick. I'm not sure about the English word for this, but it is to go around in your neighborhood and pick up all the dirt and small things that have been flying around in the wintertime, and maybe are sitting in the grass or in you know, in the environment, and it's a now it will be a big event. It will be on the television, and many people will participate. And so the Rotary as a whole in Iceland decided to combine with very active people there, and be in a positive come forward as in a positive socially positive way to make the environment beautiful, and and this is something that people have been doing maybe on and off personally, but now it will become like a trend. Well, we don't know how much how many members we will have from this, but at least it's a big effort, and just want to tell you about it, that if in case this might be something that you might be doing, or you are doing, or you would think is a good thing to do. So
thank you, Guyon. We are really willing to hear later on when you have done how it's gone. So we want to know everything about it. I hope it's a success, and probably it will be, I'm sure. What about the other districts and so on? Do you engage and attract members through your projects? And do you talk about projects in your meeting? In the club's meeting, what do you see it happens? Because we have been already discussing many times that we talk so little about Rotary in our Rotary clubs and in our Rotary clubs meetings. But do you have experience that you have been succeeding in attracting and engaging new members through the projects that you have arranged? This is an open question to all of you. No hands up. Do I have to? Oh, Anna, at least. Or Guyon, is your hand? Okay, it's the old one. Okay, Anna, please.
Well, I can comment on my club. We haven't so far attracted new members, but what we do is we set aside time at our meetings. We're a hybrid club, so we have once a month online and once a month in person. But we have set aside time at our meetings to discuss projects to involve more members. So that's something we do now. And also our district conference last year was an activity where we picked up trash. and we invited friends and family members who were non-Rotarians to be included in this event. So that is something that we have been trying. I'm sure we could do it a lot more. And when we do events, we should try to invite non-members and try to involve them to make them see what we do in Rotaract and Rotary and Rotaract. So that's what we are attempting to do. And instead of committee meetings, we try to involve our members in our club, all of them. And then when we decide on a project, we divide what to do for that project, that someone sets up the time for the project, and someone arranges the lunch or the coffee break, and someone arranges something else. So we try to do it project by project instead of long-term committees in our club. That's something we're trying.
Thank you, Anna. And I would like to share the experience of my club. In the past 2 years, especially, we have had 2 presidents who are entrepreneurs, and they have decided to focus the meetings of the clubs around the business. And so we have been visiting some companies, or we have been having a lot of speakers like entrepreneurs, or from the different kind of association organizations and so on, talking quite much about business. And I must say that we have succeeded to get new members very easily. They come. Of course, they smell the atmosphere in the club, which is very relaxed. It's very friendly. And then because we have this kind of very nice presentation and guests, so how can I say, the attention has been quite high, and the results are very good. So if you see that in your area, this could be a way, I suggest you do, because at least in my club, we got a lot of new members through that. So this is my experience. So I think we are going very close to the end of this our session, and it's maybe already time for the thanks to all of you for attending this meeting and to share your experiences. Very nice things. I learned again a lot, and I'm really willing to learn even more. And maybe we will be in contact with you in a way, I hope. Maybe actually a good idea would be if you could leave your email address on our chat, so that we could come back to you if we don't have already your contact straight. So please, I would hope you do that. And before I close this session, I will give back the word to Anna, which is coordinator, and Mingaile, if you want to have some closing words. Thank you. Anna? Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you all for attending tonight. We did try this concept last year too, and we wanted to do it again, just to include you and have you all discuss whatever you want to discuss. And if you have other questions that you want us to do next year, please reach out to us, because we're here for your support. We're here to work with you. We're not telling you what to do, we're helping you. So reach out to us and let us know what you would like for seminars, what would you like to do, or if you would like us to work directly with your district. So thank you so much, everyone, for attending today, and keep a lookout in our Facebook group, Zone 17 and 18, and on the Zone webpage for more seminars to come. But this is our last seminar membership for the spring. So we're planning for one in August, so keep a lookout. And thank you, everyone, for sharing. Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Thank you very much, everyone. And